Good morning, beautiful family. Good morning out of the beautiful light. We're being showered in this morning. Let's have a drink of water together. I have the big bottle today. I'm on day 3 of a WaterFast. Very beautiful, in alignment with my shoulder reset and stabilization. Repatterning. And let me show you where I am today. A bit off to the other end of yesterday. You can hear the water rushing down there. It's nice and full. Beautiful real clouds today. And lush grass. I love lush grass, as the birds do too. They're all in it, all the water birds that are here. Yeah. My shadow, as the shadow is always with us. And we got to bring the shadow into the light, which is happening here. Making the unconscious conscious. That's what a lot is about. And yeah, when I do, this is the first time I've been doing a WaterFast with the frequency devices and with the newly arrived shaken, which is deeply draining, anything that is not needing to be there out of the organs and out of the belly, and repatterning the microbiome. It's very fascinating. So that linking with the WaterFast now on day 3. On day 3 really the deep fat burning begins, and also the reset of the microbiome. I can really feel it. We reset our whole system in a WaterFast, especially with the return to origin water. The difference is incredible, because the water goes right into the cells. So the feeling of being nourished goes right deeply in. Let me just turn this volume off. Sorry. And so I'm feeling very satiated from the water. I haven't had hardly any headaches, just a slight bit, but then it shifted very quickly. Every time I get hungry, I drink. And it's just beautiful to let my system be flushed and flooded and absorbed and nourished just by water. Taking all the energy out of digesting, thinking about food, and all these addictive patterns that probably is that for you too. For most people I've heard the most addictions are around food and drinks and something to do with the oral satisfaction and some habit and distraction. Like emotional eating is so big that almost every human has been conditioned to it. As a child was unhappy or crying, you get something put into your mouth, and that's where it begins. It's very early. It's also because when our jaw relaxes, and that happens through eating, then our body relaxes, our spinal fluid moves. So we need to find out all these dynamics to unravel these patterns. So when we have days, like 1 day WaterFast is great and intermittent fasting is great, and we get really deep when we go to day 3, because that's when we go really deeply in and the burning begins. And then we are also, like yesterday, I still had I had hunger at times as well. Then I had to watch my daughter eat and smell it, and I opened to, I can just smell it, that is nice, I don't need to eat it. And there was never a wavering, because I'm enjoying the feeling of just water in my body. and the clarity that sets in and assisting this reset. So this is now very special. Just a few nights ago my shoulder dislocated, relocated, so it's still in a sling and resting and stabilizing and resetting. This is the first time I'm doing a water fast with a shoulder reset. This is also the first time I'm doing a water fast with the frequencies, and this is the first time I'm healing my shoulder and letting it reset in a very much softer way. So this is all about softening, rebirthing with water, like my name says, and where I am here, the rebirthing with water, becoming soft like water. That is our feminine nature. And the shoulder is such a, it's like a bridge, it's a portal of where over-giving shows, overreaching, overextending. Yeah, that's what we store in the shoulders. And yeah, there's many people have that. We also have old traumas from the old breeding programs, all these false matrices, the false timelines that are still very active here, so we can heal them, where, yeah, our wings were ripped out and all of that. So anyway, there's a lot in the shoulders, and sometimes, especially like on the left side where the heart is, and then that goes diagonally into the right hip, into the right leg, it's all linked. So I've been having deep dreams, and like light dreams, and all night long, because there's no disturbance in my body of food and digesting. Just letting water nourish my body, open the codes inside, and the PEMF and the terahertz and the frequencies I'm working with, also on my belly now, and my womb. And the shaken has only just arrived. It arrived the day my shoulder reset. So I'm working with all of this together. And I'm sharing this also here, because I'm sharing what is going on live with me, what I'm meant to bring through to you. And what is unfolding out of it is also the deep healing and the integration of the quite violent initiations in many different fields. And even if there was one violent initiation, and with violent I mean that can be no preparation, no integration, and just a full-on high-intensity activation, and that might have never been integrated, and then what follows from that is seeking more of that. Following that is also seeing that as normal, giving our body away. And I'm seeing, and I've been there myself, a lot of us having been in this, oh, I transmute it for you, I do it for you, I hold it for you. You know, this, and that is in here, the overgiving, the overreaching, that also comes out of the fields of the high intensity activations, the high intensity initiations. There's also training immersions that run for a week. People go in, no preparation, no integration, high stimulation, group field, coming out of it, oh wow, yeah, and now I'm a sexual healer and I'm a priestess. And then they go in overgiving and going back into the old timeline of actually the old prostitution and having been used. You know, that's still running actively today. This is what we need to shift out of. And for that we need to come into peace. We need to accept low intensity. We need to surrender. And that's quite a process, because we can feel quite useless in that. We can feel boring in that. And we have to go through the whole unbecoming, which is a death. It's a death and a rebirth. And then we are losing our connections, because our connections were based on that. And they were fed by that and feeding by that, and we got significance from that, and maybe we got money from that, and our livelihood was dependent on that. So it's scary. It's scary to leave that. And it's necessary and it's beautiful. And it's not without pain, because the pain that has caused us needs to come up. Because the holding of that, the operating of that, that's multidimensional, that's multi-generational. I'm feeling that. And when my shoulder, that's now the 5th time that has happened at very potent times. And the first time it happened was actually in a high intensity setting. 2 times it happened in a high intensity setting of this high initiation in Mexico. So, and yes, I've been working with that, and I've been integrating that, and this has been a process of some years to actually come to this. And the water, the beautiful return to origin water, the Kangen water, has been helping me with that since drinking it 2 years ago now. I have become water. I have been sharing my transmissions here. I've spent hours and hours and days and weeks in the ocean daily, unraveling. I have let go of everything and just stopped and gave this time out for healing, coming home, back to my innocence. And many years ago I was told this, return to innocence, revirgination is what I'm doing here. And I had to revisit also my old handlers, the old timelines, the old distortions, by going right back into it, by doing it, but then being shown, no, you can't do this anymore. You cannot do this anymore. It's finished. And yeah, maybe you resonate. And this is now also, all this is shifting now and has been already in the last years. This is a whole journey of, yeah, guiding the high intensity actually into the slow arrival. And there is no slow and fast, there's just presence and cohesion. I'm just getting a bit blank of all the words, there's a big shift happening. Coherence, not cohesion, and English is not my birth language. So sometimes when I'm in a deep shift, all the words are, because I always have at least 2 running in my head, German and English fully, and there's a bit of Spanish and French in there, but German and English, I always have 2 languages running. And sometimes there's like, when I'm in a big shift, there's like blank, but that's also the reset. So when you watch my transmissions that I share daily, you see my journey as well. They are all on YouTube. They are all there because Facebook deletes them after a month. But they are there. And you can follow my journey. And this shoulder reset, when it was getting back in, oh my God, I saw the whole pattern and it released and I went right into my heart. Right into my heart. And now in these days after, where I'm stabilizing this and healing this with the water, with the sun, with nature, with trees, with animals, with grass, with lying on earth, and with the frequency machines, terahertz, PEMF, and other frequencies. It's beautiful. So I just wanted to share this, so this is just what is coming through, more to that. And this is now the guidance for all those, this is trauma. This is not integrated high initiation trauma. And many of the people stuck in these lines, timelines, yeah, oh, I'm a sexual healing priestess now. That's the old. And still, it's everywhere. And I remember when I went there myself, activating, freeing my sexual energy, which is just our life force energy. It's meant to be innocent. And then it can be that we slip back into prostitution. And I was watching the last days. It never happened. That never happened to me. And I never soiled my body. And this is the guidance now, the deep integration guidance, to come home to ourselves, to not sell our energy. There is also spiritual prostitution, energy prostitution. I have certainly done that. And all the ways of giving ourselves away, none is better or worse than the other. They are all from the same root. Yeah. So, when we clear out of that and coming home to ourselves, we can truly liberate. And that's where I'm at now. This is fresh and raw. I've been feeling this for a long time and healing this for a long time. And this shoulder relocation and this WaterFast now and the frequencies, and I've been sharing that the shaken, you can look on my page, I've been writing about that, the shaken which is sitting, the shaken massager, the frequency device that is sitting on the belly, on our lower back and on our womb, this is helping us repattern the womb structure, the microbiome. We can put that on heat, we can put it on massage and also on body sculpting. And it's beautiful to have it on and to feel the heat and the energies repatterning with our conscious focus. So I'm not just using machines, they are my allies. They have come in as allies, just like the water, the return to origin water, to help us revirginate, return to our origin, into our divine energy in alignment with Source. And this is divine, sacred energy, not to be prostituted. You cannot buy it. No one could even pay for that. And we need it for our own thriving and not giving it away to survive. And I leave it at that because I need to go home and take my daughter to the beach. And thank you for being here. Thank you, Jake, for coming on, bringing this through with me, feeling your energy. And yeah, whoever's on here live with me is bringing this through with me. We are all here doing the same thing, decoding and clearing and coming fully online as the soul we are, the powerful masters we are, coming off the hijacked timelines into our full divine mission that is clear, where we are sovereign and present, and not siphoned from, and in that we thrive. Let's have another drink of water, and today in day 3, I'm going to go very deep now. I don't set how long I'm going to do it. My body will tell me if I'm meant to go to 4 or 5 days. Now also is the time when the stem cells come back online. And the stem cells heal our body. So when we have the intention of, if we had any body pains, I use the stem cells now that come up in this WaterFast also to heal my shoulders and whatever else is going on in my body. And to heal from this trauma, all these different traumas that are lodged in my body. Also pre-verbal and pre-talking, pre-thinking when I was an infant and a baby, up to 7 years. So I'm going into that now, today, and then, maybe I go to 4 or 5, I will see. But I'm staying in the now. And if you want to join me, maybe I will do a guided one soon. But anyway, in the now. There's no planning. We are entering the era of the sleeping phoenix. The era of planning is over. We are in the now. And when the now happens, we don't know then what the next now will be. We just have to surrender and flow and trust the guidance of the monad. Because when we are in the monad, we don't have to plan. Every moment flows and we are guided by our higher self, by our monadic energy. There's no desires anymore when we are in the monad. We just flow, and it's beautiful. And I wish you a beautiful and magical day. Let's have one last look into this beautiful paradise here, this green oasis in which I have been healing for many, many years, revirginating, returning to innocence, which is our origin. See you soon, beautiful souls, and always in the quantum field.